G'day! G'day, and welcome back to another video. It has been way too long since I've been out with you guys, so I do apologise for that. Now, we should probably start at the start, and the view is different again. Obviously, well, I probably actually haven't talked about this, but I no longer actually own the Himalayan, and now the Mighty DR is my trusty steed. So, going to be a nice quick little video today because there wasn't much tracks out here where I've come to. There's just a whole lot of signs and a whole lot of fences. But today's goal, today what we're talking about instead is going to be the things you should do to your bike, or should do, hopefully have done. Well, that's worrying. Why did I just stop? For those playing along at home, when I started the bike, I thought I was turning the fuel tap on. Instead, I turned it turned it off. So we're back. And that segues perfectly into what I want to talk about today, which is how to make your bike more reliable. Or the things you should do when you pick up a used bike, especially, to make sure that you're not that guy out on the trip that's constantly running into bike issues. Plovers! I hate plovers. I really do. So, what should you do to your bike? Well, you know what? Let's cut back to other Shane, who's nice and warm in the shed, ready to answer those questions. Alright, to other Shane. Well, thanks for that, Shane. So, yeah, let's have a quick chat about, look, we're not going to talk about the million mods that have gone onto the bike in the last 3 weeks. Those are all in prep for a massive trip that's coming up. I've got a few thousand Ks to do, going way up north, doing rail tunnels, all sorts of cool stuff. But if you want to see that, you'll have to get subscribed and keep an eye out for the next video, which might be a little bit away just because I've got to do the adventure and then make the video. So, you know, might take me a little bit. I apologise for that. But we are going to quickly chat about the things you can do to your used bike when you pick it up, or just the bike that you've had kicking around for a while, to make sure that it is as reliable as it can be out there on the tracks. Now, the first thing I did on this one, which super easy, can be kind of daunting if you haven't done them before, but that was wheel bearings. So I did the front, the rear wheel bearings, and the cush hub bearing. And while I was doing that, I made sure to throw some new brake pads front and rear because these ones were getting low. And of course, the thing that you never feel like doing but you really should do, I put some fresh brake fluid through the front and the rear to make sure that's all squared off. So now I know that at least rolling wise, I'm not going to get any weird noises or bearing failures there. And I know my brakes are good, which is perfect. The next thing I did was I went and gave the engine a decent service. Now, more than just changing the oil and filter, which, you know, you got to do that every now and again. I went through, put 2 new spark plugs in it. For some reason, this 650 single cylinder thumper has 2 spark plugs. Kind of weird, but it's got them. So I put new ones in. And the old ones were pretty trash looking, so I'm very glad I did that. If I had a fuel filter, I'd have done the fuel filter, but I don't have one of those. And if this bike happened to run on the forbidden cordial, I'd have changed the radiator fluid, but I don't have one of those, so I didn't have to do that either, which was great. Other things I've done, which definitely, if you can't remember or you don't know the last time it was done, just do it. New sprockets and chain on this one. I've got, hopefully, it's Sunday, I leave Friday. Hopefully it arrives, but a new countershaft seal and retainer for this bike. That's the main oil seal that sits just behind your front sprocket. Look, if they start leaking, you're in for a world of trouble. So it's a $10 part and they're easy to fix. It's just, in my case, getting one. Now, if I had a little more time and, you know, shipping was a little better, COVID wasn't playing its thing, I definitely would have done the front fork seals. And maybe even rebuilt the rear shock, but I just don't have time and couldn't get parts. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to wing it on that one. This bike's only got 20,000 Ks on it. The guy I bought it off, like they all do, said that he'd done them not too long ago. So I'm not super concerned, but it would just be nice to do so I know I don't have that to worry about. And the only two really remaining bearings or moving parts on the bike after that would be the head stem bearing and the rear swing arm bearing, or swing arm bushes, which I'll get to those, but not for this trip. It should be fine. It's only about 2,000 Ks, so hopefully it'll be good. Other honourable mentions, since, I don't know, eagle-eyed people who watch my videos might have noticed, she's got new indicators on it. I got rid of the stock ones that were on the front because they were cracked and falling off. The tape really wasn't holding them on very well. And I swapped out the bulb for an LED bulb. I'll show you the sort of before and after footage. It went from not bright at all to still not bright at all. That headlight did absolutely nothing. But the new headlight bulb chooses 10 watts instead of 50 to 60. So it means the stator's not working as hard. I've got extra power, which I'm using to run through to a USB charger that I mounted under the seat that goes through to my side bags, and should hopefully keep all my camera gear, all my stuff charged for this big trip coming up, because, yeah, it's going to be 4 nights off-road, camping off the bike, and I am stoked. For those of you that are interested in all the sort of more adventure mods that I've done to the bike, I'm going to cover that on the trip, because I fitted this stuff. It looks really cool, but honestly, I have no idea how it goes. I can tell you that rig gear, the RGOTO02O bags aren't the best fit on a DR, but they do fit. The eBay rear rack, I had some dramas with it, but I got it on and it fits my duffel on it. And, you know, the usual stuff. Use some stormwater pipe to make a bigger toolbox for the back. And the air hook stays for this trip. I'd love to get like a Sargent's or a Seat Concept or one of those awesome gel seats, but I just don't have the funds and they're not going to come in time. So I'm riding with what I got. The Airhawk is plenty comfy when I've spent all day in the past. We'll see after 5 days what my review on that thing is. But I'm rambling. I wanted this to be a short one, so I'm going to cut it there. Like I said, if you want to see the big trip or know more or see the breakdown of all the adventure stuff, this ugly ass front windscreen that I made, and all that stuff, then get subscribed and I will, run through it all in the next video or the one after that, depending on how much fun I'm having. But I'm super excited. I've got to go back inside, find some more clothes and finish packing up my duffel. Good news is, that little start of the video, that was my shakedown run. So I packed the bike completely full and went and hit a dirt road just to see that nothing was going to fall off or rattle weirdly or move around. I wasn't going to lose a bag on the highway, and it all stayed there. So indicatively, hopefully that means I won't spend the whole trip trying to strap my gear back onto the bike, which would be nice. But rambling again. So thanks for watching. I really do appreciate when you guys click my videos. And yeah, I will see you somewhere out on the tracks on the next one. See ya.